Hello guys, a big welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Amin and I work as an educator in NHS. On this channel, you will get clarity, information and opportunities around the world. I make informative videos regularly. I also provide OSCE training. So if you are looking for OSCE training, then please get in touch with me. Today, I have got an exciting news that I want to share with you in this video.
Scotland is opening its doors again to international workers.
We will sponsor these skilled staff so they can work, pay tax, and help keep Scotland's care homes running.
Scotland is actively campaigning for more people to move, work and build their lives.
We all heard that Scotland has proposed to sponsor specifically for foreign care workers to Scotland. I think nothing is more exciting for those who want to come to UK. You know that UK is constantly making major changes in their immigration system. In June, they have published a white paper, and in that they have categorized skilled worker visa job codes, due to which many were affected and they are still being affected. Many of them did not recover from this trauma yet, and more changes are announced in October 2025. I have made a complete video on it, so if you want to have a watch on that, please do after this video. According to June 2025 white paper changes, care workers are not eligible for sponsorship visas. The situation was getting worse, but a slight hope of light has arisen now. Although this is just a proposal, but still it is exciting. I guess UK has already seen the effect of these changes which was proposed in white paper.
It's also deeply damaging to our society.
And that is why Scotland is actually contemplating opening its door to sponsor foreign workers, and that is what we are going to unpack in this video. And before we pack our bags to Edinburgh, there are few things that we need to unpack because there is lot of difference between hope and hype, and I will try to discuss this in a simple way to understand this for you. Scotland has proposed to hire care worker from internationally. I am going to read the article published by Scotland government. In that article, they have clearly stated that they are regularly calling UK government in England. They mentioned that Scottish care sectors has shuttered and it's damaging their health sector. They are also ready to invest £500,000. Scotland government has seen that they need foreign care workers, and they are already approaching to the UK government regarding this. We will go in detail as what we could expect in future, what are the fine lines and what are the loopholes that they have to go through before they can finally start sponsoring foreign care workers to come to the Scotland. But you can at least have a glimpse of hope. If you are watching this from abroad and if you are a care worker, you might have missed the opportunity last time to come to the UK as a care worker. This is a life-saving news which we all are waiting for. Now, this is the one more reason that you need to stay in this platform or my channel, because I am going to give you such latest information and updates as it comes into effect. Now, let's get into the point. Scotland's first Prime Minister,
The National Health
John
Service was
Rennie,
able to
announced
recruit
earlier
from
this
OSCE.
week that Scottish government are really looking to sponsor foreign care workers to come and work in the struggling care industry of Scotland.
We will sponsor these skilled staff so they can work, pay tax.
Now, you know that UK is composed of 4 countries, that is Scotland, England, Wales and Northern Ireland. And as a government, most of these decisions are made here in England, and they are tend to affect most of these countries, that is 4 countries. But Scotland has come out and said clearly that they are planning to sponsor people locally and from abroad both. They said that the care industry is struggling, which means its care sector, care homes, support worker and the hospitals. They are wanting to really take matters into their own hand and start some sponsoring care workers. So this is some form of lifeline, especially for most of the foreign care workers who are in limbo as far as their status in the country is concerned. People that have had their visas revoked, people who had their care companies are closed, and of course they could still get their visas, but they are out of work because of visa and immigration rules. But Scotland is looking into absorbing those people They haven't been clear as to whether or not they will be taking from overseas or locally. Considering that the care worker visa itself has been shut, but still you know that there is a shortage occupation list still exists. They have proposed that if the industries are struggling, they could lob the Immigration Advisory Commission mark to say we need stuff in this industry. They could open up a pathway which may be time lightning, maybe short term, but we don't know how they will come up with this. It's been on their plan. As the first Prime Minister of Scotland, he actually made it so clear in the conference last week that they want to sponsor foreign care workers to come and work especially in Scotland. So this could be the lifeline for most care workers, especially those that are already in the UK. And if the government is funding this sponsorship, then it will take some time to streamline all the work. But once this is set, it will be seamless and as easy as it was earlier. And that is what we are looking for. Because we all know how important it is for us and why it matters us. On the one hand, where England government is making strict rules, it's affecting the entire UK. On the other hand, Scotland government is entirely thinking opposite. Hopefully, this will also be welcomed by other governments, that is Northern Ireland and Wales, because they would be also suffering as Scotland is suffering. But the question on everybody's mind is that, so what happens now, or when will all this happen? Let me remind you again, this is just the proposal as of now. Scotland has shown their positive intentions towards foreign worker. They were quite direct and deliberate about what they want and what are their needs. They have shown leadership and they have shown that they value migrant labor workforce, especially in the care sector. However, we all know that migrant is a reserved and a political matter. So all the decisions around the immigration lies with the Home Office, which is in Westminster, that is government in England that gets to decide whether or not that is possible. But I think Scotland is going to push hard, and in fact winter is around the corner. It is also the fact that care industry struggles more during the winters. Health and care sector is still needing people or workforce despite all the things that have been happening in the UK. So here is what you can expect. Although it's subject to approval by the Government of England in Westminster, also part and parcel of all this is around the sponsorship. They want more care workers and need to hire international people. With alone local workforce, they cannot survive. They will need to give sponsorship license to companies. So most of the Scottish Institute would need to acquire sponsorship licenses. It's a very complicated process in the UK. Unfortunately, Scotland has to depend on England for all their decisions. It is a very political subject, but it can be solution for Scotland, Scottish people and migrants who love to settle in Scotland. If you ask me as an immigrant, I see opportunities. I know a lot of people had many plans, but due to recent shocking immigration changes, many people are suffering. It's not just the immigrants are suffering, it's the Scottish people and the government who is really struggling. So this is actually a good news. And if you already are in the country and you're not sure about whether or not you will still be sponsored by your employer, so now it is the time for you to start being top of your paperwork, develop your skills and get your qualifications. So when Scotland opens gate for international applicants, you are all prepared with your applications. Now is the time for you to work on your CV, work on your cover letter and wait for your turn. If you want to prepare for NMC OSCE, then please get in touch with me. I provide personal as well as group OSCE sessions. If you work in care sector, you can speak to your employer. I can arrange personal OSCE training or a group OSCE training at your workplace. Scotland is a beautiful country with beautiful people. I am sure opportunities there will be good soon. The other news is that the things going on in the Scotland right now, Scottish government is going to be sponsoring organizations instead of private companies, which means the chances of abuse, the chances of fraud and paid sponsorship will be slimmer, and I see a lot of benefit as a migrant here. It will be better if you are being sponsored by the government itself by reputed and credible institutions such as Scotland Government or Adult and Social Care Services, rather than being sponsored by individual company that is being run by a third party institute. So if you are already in the country, this might be very beneficial for you. Now let's keep our fingers crossed, because this is an exciting news. It's a bit of light at the end of tunnel for all care workers in the country. Now let me read out to you one of the main article from Scotland government which was published. I will also give link of this article below if you want it handy. Removing barriers for migrant workers in Scotland's care sector. In the year ending June 2025, number of health and social care worker visas issued to migrant workers in care personal service occupations fell by 88%, following restrictions introduced by the UK government to the visa route. The subsequent decision by the UK's Home Office in July to close the social care worker visa route altogether will have a further impact on the social care sector. According to Scottish Care Survey, more than a quarter of the social care workforce in Scotland is made up by international workers, with many sectors leaders citing concern with workforce shortage and recruitment. The Scottish Government is continuing to call on the Home Office to reverse its decision to close the route and is investing more than £500,000 to fund a tailored offer to help displaced international social care workers who have found themselves without sponsored employment elsewhere in the UK with no faults of their own. The funding will be held to support international social care workers meet the cost associated with moving and working in the Scotland's social care sector. Health Secretary Neil said the UK government's hostile and restrictive migration policy are damaging Scotland's health and social care sector. In Scotland, we need a migration system that works for our NHS, our social care sectors, our businesses and third-party sectors. Until we have the full power over immigration that will come with independence, we will do all we can within the developed powers of Scottish Parliament to migrate the UK's government harmful approach to migration. I am therefore pleased to confirm today that Scottish Government will create a bespoke offering to help social care workers who have been displaced to come to the Scotland and contribute to our care sector. We will provide £500,000 to mitigate the devastating impact of UK government's closure of the care worker visa route and provide targeted support to displaced social care workers. With this, it is clear the Scottish healthcare sector is suffering badly and they are ready to invest £500,000 as well, and also they want a full control on immigration system. For that, they need independence from UK. Okay guys, now this was all about today's video. I hope you got some idea and now you would wait for future updates as well. Also, if you are looking for OSCE training, please get in touch with me. My contact details are given in description below.